Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So, it's been quite a long time since I have done a video like this, but I'm going to do it regardless, and this is my kind of review of the Grammys. I did not get to watch them live when they were happening. We don't have cable. I don't ever watch cable, so we just don't have it. So I watch the performances online because I don't ever watch TV, so we just don't have cable. The only time I ever watch TV is for like live award shows or live whatever. So we just don't pay for cable monthly just to watch a live show once or twice a month. So I don't have cable to watch it, but I did see the performances, I did see the winners, and I am going to talk about it in this video today because that's what I do, and I dedicated my 2018 to doing more music stuff on YouTube. There was some really great performances. There was some really great people that won, some great albums that won. This is mostly going to be talking about the performances because I agree with basically all the winners that won. So I'm going to save my top 5 performances for last. I actually have 2 that are tied at number 1 and 2 that are tied at number 2. So I have basically 4 favorite performances, which I will talk about later, but let's just go ahead and get right into this. So these are in no particular order, but I do know that Kendrick Lamar opened up the Grammy, so I'll start with his performance. Kendrick Lamar has a amazing album, and he won I think 4 or 5 Grammys. I'm pretty sure it was 4. His album is amazing. I'm not much into a whole lot of rap music, especially like modern day rap, but I love Kendrick Lamar and a few other artists that have come out in the hip hop industry I really love. So for me, that's a big step. You have to be a really good rapper and speak about some actual truth in life rather than just the like sex and drugs type of thing for me to like your music, especially as a rapper. So I really liked Kendrick Lamar's performance. I thought it had a lot of meaning to it. I loved that U2 came out. I feel like his whole performance had a really good, powerful meaning. The shots that his dancer were kind of pretending like they were getting shot while he was rapping over them, I feel like that was really, like, it really struck me, and it really gave his performance so much meaning. Not that it didn't have meaning before that, but seeing that visual of what's happening in the world on stage while he's rapping some pretty powerful lyrics as well was really moving to me. And also Dave Chappelle's little cameo that he made in there, talking about, is this really happening on NBC? I thought that was like, it really made you think, and seeing that like visual on the screen of like the bangs going off was really powerful, and I just loved it. And he also, like I said, won a lot of awards, and his speeches were really good, and I loved that performance. Next on my list I have Donald Glover, or Childish Gambino. I loved that they had that little boy, the little Simba boy, the boy that's going to play Simba in the new Lion King movie. He is killer. He's like 9 or 10, and he was killer amazing with his vocals. I love that they had a female percussionist. To me, I always love seeing female musicians in big settings like that, in big production settings. I feel like his white tux that he had was very sharp. He looked very good. I thought it was a little bit slow. Like Bruno Mars said in his award speech, there's too many ballads that night, but I think the ballads also kind of played into it. From Childish Gambino, I was not expecting such a slow kind of song. I mean, it had like a uprising beat after a while, but it was very slow for someone who is like a rapper. But I really liked it. I think he looked very handsome, very sharp, and he also like got down in the parts of the song where it kind of picks up the tempo a little bit. He got down a whole lot, and I really liked it. And then there was Gary Clark Jr. and John Batiste, which did the Chuck Berry Fats Domino's tribute, and I love Chuck Berry. I thought this was an amazing tribute. And I just thought it was so fun. I love fun performances, especially when they're tributes, because nobody wants to be sad when you're tributing something, especially someone like Fats Domino or Chuck Berry or Tom Petty or someone like that. You want it to be fun and entertaining, and Chuck Berry especially loved being on stage, and he really gave off good performances and good vibes, and he got down on stage. So I love that the tribute to them also kind of had that feel to it, and he got down. They were getting down, they were on the piano, they were on the guitar. It was just so much fun, and I love when tributes are fun like that. I hate sad, sappy, like crying tributes, especially when the artist themselves that you are tributing was not that kind of person, that they were always upbeat and got down on a guitar or a piano or whatever. And I feel like Chuck Berry and Fats Domino did that, so I just love that tribute. They were just really good. Next on my list, I don't want to butcher the pronunciation, Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee. They did Despacito. Also, I can't speak Spanish, so I'm sorry for all my Latin Spanish speakers out there. I don't have the accent, I can't do it, but I love that song. I'm glad that they did the Spanish version of it and not the Justin Bieber version of it. I love Latin music. I just think it's so much fun, and Latin people can get down, especially Puerto Ricans. I personally have a lot of Puerto Rican friends. I have been to Puerto Rico. One of my mom's guy friends took us to Puerto Rico when I was about 9 or 10-ish, and I love the island. It's so pretty down there. They do have a lot of issues, like politically and their government and stuff. They do have a lot of issues, but it's a gorgeous island. The people are amazing. The language is amazing. The music is amazing. I love Latin music, whether it be Cuban music or Brazilian music or Shakira or Mexican music. Whatever it is, I love Latin music in general. I love the Spanish language. I think it's beautiful, and this song I think is absolutely beautiful, and I'm so glad that they got to speak the Spanish version and not the Justin Bieber English version. It was just so good, and they get down, and I get down to that song, and I love it. Next, I have Emmylou Harris and Chris Stapleton's tribute to Tom Petty, with also the memoriam that played behind him. I love Chris Stapleton. He also won, I think, 3 Grammys last night, and he is so good. I don't even know how to describe his voice. It's just so raspy and so, like, raw. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, but Broken Halos, I believe, won for something. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, I didn't see the whole award show, but I know Broken Halos won for Best Country Song, maybe. That song when he goes, broken head, like that rasp that he has in his voice, I love it. I love him. I love country music. Country and pop and rock are probably my 3 favorite genres of all time. Mostly country being slightly higher above the other 2, just because I grew up in the country. I grew up listening to country music more than anything. So, and I love Chris Stapleton, who is someone who not only has like the country twangy feel, but also has that kind of rocker, like southern rock kind of feel to him. I love Chris Stapleton, love the guitars, love the tribute. Tom Petty is amazing. And he was tearing up before. If you haven't seen the interview, Chris Stapleton was tearing up before the performance because he was on tour with Tom Petty. You can go watch that interview, it's online. But I love Chris Stapleton. Anything he does is amazing. And Emmylou Harris is amazing as well. But I was more concerned about Chris Stapleton, if I'm being honest. And then there was Elton John and Miley Cyrus, which I love Tiny Dancer. That's like my favorite Elton John song. But I feel like that performance with Miley was just, it just seemed a little weird. It kind of made me uncomfortable. When it was just Elton John by himself, it was fine. I loved it. I love Elton John playing piano. But when Miley came out, it turned to like way too flirty. I feel like it was just, it was still amazing. Like the singing, the performance was amazing, but like the connection between the two, like the interaction was just a little weird and like flirty, and I don't know, it just kind of felt weird and uncomfortable to me, and maybe that's just me, but it seemed more like she was like leaning into him and kind of like like flirty, and it was kind of weird to watch once she got out there. I still think the song is amazing, still think Elton John is amazing, still think Miley is amazing in her own way, but that performance was just kind of like, I don't know, it felt way too like flirty and provocative almost, and maybe that's just me. I could be the only person in the world that thinks that, but that's how I interpreted it. If you watch it back, you can see her like leaning in and singing to him, and it was just kind of weird and uncomfortable, but I still liked the performance. It just, the connection between the two was a little weird to me, but you know, I still loved it. And there was Rihanna and DJ Khaled and Bryson Tiller. I love Rihanna. Who doesn't love Rihanna? I love that Willow, Pink, you guys know I love Pink. Pink's daughter, Willow, is in love with Rihanna as well, and got to meet her at the Grammys, and Pink tweeted something about, my daughter finally got to meet her idol, something about winning mom points because she got to introduce her daughter to like her idol, and I loved Rihanna. I thought she is so like sexy, like the way she moves, the way she sings is just so sexy and so elegant at the same time. Like, it's not over the top like a Nicki Minaj, like very provocative. It's just a very like seductive, but not like too much. It's just very sexy and seductive and very like classy at the same time. I loved Wild Thoughts, the song, and I love that performance. And there was obviously Sam Smith, who, you know, do I even have to talk about Sam Smith? Because he's just amazing. His voice is amazing. His performance tonight was very just simple and elegant, and I love his voice. And then there was Cardi and Bruno, which Bruno also won several awards. Bruno Mars just, hands up, mad respect for Bruno, because he just is so fun. I just want to hang out with him and dance with him and sing with him and be on stage. Like, he is so fun. He was just so like smooth. I love to watch him dance. His dance moves are like on point when he's like, ooh, like, sorry with the sound effects and the weird stuff. I'm just weird, and I love Bruno, and I love Cardi B, and I love to watch, like, his performances are always so fun, and his dance moves are just like, yes boy, get it. Like, I love it. I love watching Bruno. If you can't tell, I love watching everybody, but I love Bruno. He has such like an amazing stage presence, and he's just so much fun to watch. Like, I cannot focus on anything else when he is on stage. I love him so much. I want to be on stage with him just to feel that energy that he brings to the stage. I love it. And then one of the only country artists that performed on the Grammys, Little Big Town. First of all, Little Big Town is my all-time favorite country group. I love them so much. I loved about their performance, I loved how they coordinate. Like Karen and Jimmy, who are, you know, the couple, they were wearing like black, silver type colors, and then Kimberly and Philip were wearing white, or like an off-white type color, and I just love how much they coordinate. They are so gorgeous, all of them. They have amazing voices. Their harmonies are amazing. The song Better Man is amazing, regardless of whether it was written by Taylor Swift or not. Let's be honest, Taylor Swift can write good songs. This song I love. I love Better Man so much. I love Little Big Town. They also won an award for country performance, I believe. Again, I forget what all they won, but I love them. I just love them as a group, as a whole. Their harmonies, their outfits, the songs they sing, the way they interact on stage. Like, they've also been together for 20 years this year. They were started in 1998, I believe, and they have continued for 20 years to be a band. Like, how many bands do you know that haven't split off or that haven't gone and done solo stuff on their own? They have been together for so long. And sorry that I'm going on and on about this, but if you watch their red carpet interview, you can see that they talk about respect. And respect is one big thing that they use as bandmates to stay together and not fight and not argue and not break up as a band. And it's just, I love them. It's amazing. I'm rambling on enough, so I'll move on. But they are amazing.